Hello my friends, welcome to Paul's Take. It's very exciting. I'm on my way to pick up a Cruise American RV. That's right, it's my first time in an RV. I've had a travel trailer and we used to do that a lot, but I never been on a trip in an RV, so this is really exciting. Let's see how it goes. Oh my god, here's the RV. Cruise America. Nice size. Drives well. I got really comfortable driving it, even though it's a little loose. Gets some fuel. Pretty cool. So it was a little more than half a tank, and I got to use 23 gallons basically, and it was, like I said, more than half a tank. So it probably has like a 60 gallon tank, something like that. Not really sure because it was not empty, but that's my first fuel. It's in the back. It's near the back of the vehicle, by the way. Woo, torquey. It got so much torque, I can't believe it.
Continue on US 70 Business East for 3 miles.
Torquey little thing. How does it handle? Like a U-Haul truck. I hear noises. It's like there's doors open or something. I don't know, I'm not sure. Cruising at 45. Just cruising. Still loud. Feels like I'm driving a box truck. I'm hearing noises. Let's open. Fine. Alright, here I am driving. I'm on the highway. And one thing I noticed, this one has, this particular unit, has 112,000 miles. And the motor sounds very strong. But what I did notice is the steering is pretty loosey-goosey. It seems like it could be, I don't know, tightened up, aligned, or something. It does feel like it's got some age to it. I don't know if that could be fixed or tightened up. I don't know. I mean, I can still drive it very easily, but it does squirm a little. It's kind of squirmy. So that's my first driving impression. We are cruising in the RV. Now we're getting a pretty good feel, good pace. We're settled in. On smooth roads like this, it is quite the pleasure to drive. This is the beautiful Outer Banks. I highly recommend it. It is gorgeous, especially during sunset or sunrise. It is quite magical. And this is a list of the pros and cons of the Cruise America RV. So the first con is when you're driving down the highway, and it's a pretty loud ride. It definitely is not like you're driving a luxury van or your SUV. It's loud. It's like driving a U-Haul truck fully loaded with their stuff. So it does shake and shimmer and makes a bunch of noises. It is definitely loud. And if you're in the back, it's even more loud. Along with that is it's so bumpy. Not so much in the driving area, besides the fact that it is loud overall. It is bumpy for if you're in the back. Now, let's say supposedly in these seats right here, this dinette. It's not a horrible ride, but let's just say you're not supposed to do this. And I would never recommend it. But if you're thinking about laying in that bed back there, that cozy bed while you're driving along the highway, it's gonna be a pretty bumpy ride. It's gonna be like a carnival ride. It's pretty crazy. Okay, now this is part of the driving experience. This is another con. For the driving experience, this particular unit, and I'm not sure, I don't think all of them are this way. This one had about 113,000 miles on it, and this is a 2017. So I think it's near its end of its service life. It's very loose. The steering was loose. Like if you got a perfectly freshly paved road and there's no wind, it drives like a dream, just cruises. But if the road is slightly jacked up and if there's any kind of wind whatsoever, I'm talking about a subtle breeze, it's gonna be all over the road. And that was kind of annoying. Yeah, because it was a little windy the first day out, and I thought, oh my God, I feel like I couldn't even stay in a road half the time. You gotta really focus on, keeping that thing in the road. Now, on the way back, it wasn't as windy and it wasn't as bad, so keep that in mind. The toilet design is goofy. You're right up against the wall, and it's on a platform. So if you're short, your feet might dangle. You're gonna have to be kind of creative when using that toilet. The AC is, the AC is loud, but we had a travel trailer and the travel trailer's AC was louder. So I'm just mentioning this in case you're not used to RVs or travel trailers. ACs in these units are generally pretty loud. Now, we didn't have a high-end travel trailer, and this is probably not a high-end RV. So I don't know if they come in quieter designs, but this one here is pretty, I thought it wasn't bad, but my wife thought it was too loud. There is no awning. If you're used to RVs, they usually have awnings, and travel trailers, they usually have awnings as well. This one does not have an awning. There is no leveling jacks on this. Now most RVs and travel trailers have either stability jacks or leveling jacks. So we didn't have an issue because we went to a campground and it was very flat. So we didn't have an issue with it, but it could be an issue if your spot is not exactly flat. Alrighty, the pros. There is a ton of storage in this thing. There's storage underneath the vehicle, and there's storage inside. There's a lot of cabinets in this thing. A ton of cabinets. So there's a lot of storage. That's good. And I am sweating like a pig. I want to turn on the AC, but it's gonna be really loud. So maybe I'll do a little break. Let's do a little break. Alright, just for kicks, this is like your boondocking. So if you can hear the sounds now, I got the AC on and I got the generator on. Now the generator actually is one of my pros on this vehicle because we had a travel trailer and it didn't have a generator. So we couldn't really do boondocking unless it was like perfect conditions. With this vehicle, it has the generator, so it runs everything. The generator runs the AC, it runs all the power outlets. You're good to go. So if you want to boondock, it's very easy to do that. So I definitely, that's one of the main things I love about the RV was the generator and how easy it is to use. Hit a button, it turns on, everything works. Power of the vehicle doesn't have to be on at all. So if you're not familiar with generators, which I wasn't until I got this thing, on this one it was super easy. Alright, so I said lots of storage. There's a nice fridge. Yeah, compared to what we had before. It's not like your fridge in your store at your house, but it's a good size and it's really cold. Once it kicks in, it takes a while to kick in, so keep that in mind as well. You gotta turn on your vehicle for a while with the generator on. Give it a good hour or so, maybe even longer than that, before it really gets to being cold. So this doesn't have a slide, right? So this one is just like a one unit, which I like the idea of not having a slide. I think it'd be less maintenance, less things go wrong, more solid builds, more simple. But it has a real nice open feel to it. It doesn't feel really small like other vehicles might without a slide. It's a well used of space. Probably just has such a small bathroom. The front seats are very comfortable. We were driving there, you look. This one here, like I said, is probably at the end of its service life. But the seats, they're dirty and ugly, but they were very comfortable. So we could drove all day, no problem. This one here, I believe, I have to double check this. So there's some writing on the wall down here. I'll let you know. But I believe this has a V8. I think it's a V8. The bigger one has a V10 for sure. This one I think has a V8. And I felt like the power was good. Especially off the line, it has a lot of torque. It might surprise you how much torque it has off the line. It's hard to feather it to go off smoothly. It kind of just wants to go. So I felt like the power was totally fine. The gas mileage was terrible. But everybody told me it's like 10 miles per gallon. I was hoping to be better with the V8, but it wasn't. I was getting about 10 miles a gallon, if 10 miles per gallon, if even that. Might be just a little under. So that was annoying. I was hoping to get better gas mileage. But it does have a really big gas tank, which eats up money, but it also allows you a lot of range. So we were able to get from, if you probably don't know, but the Raleigh area to Outer Banks and probably halfway back on a tank of gas. And usually I gotta fill up. Even my vehicle has more range than my own personal vehicle, which is the Jeep Liberty. Of course, when I fill it up though, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. All right, good water pressure. So the water pressure is good. And it's a nice, easy way to turn on there's a water heater. So that was just a switch as well. Turn that water heater on. You can even run it when you're not hooked up. You can boondock. You can put water in the tanks, the external tank or the internal tank. And turn on the water pump, which is another switch, piece of cake. Turn on the water heater, and you got nice hot water anywhere you are. And for science, it is the first time I've ever done this. I actually took a shower in the RV. I had a travel trailer, and I had it for a couple of years, and I never used the shower. We kind of use it for storage. And we showered. I still showered. Don't get crazy. But I showered at the campgrounds. This time I wanted to try it out, see if I could do it. And I did. It was actually not a problem. The showering was actually surprisingly easy. I had no problem taking a shower. I rinsed off real quick, turned off the water, lathered up, rinsed off, and I was good. It had plenty of pressure. Had the hot water the whole time. The hard part was drying off, not getting everything wet. I didn't have a towel for the floor, so that'll be more of a challenge. But all in all, it was not bad at all. I was really surprised. All right, so it has in the front and back, around the back bed, and even in front of the front overhead bed over the driver's seat, they have curtains, privacy curtains. They came in handy. My kid closed the curtains and was on her phone all night and didn't even notice her. And the bunk area up top, above the driver's area, is huge. So don't think you're going to use a small sheet. I was really surprised how big it was. We brought some sheets and they weren't big enough to cover the whole thing. So you got to bring like a king size sheet or something. I think it's really long. It's big. You could easily fit 2 adults up there. Not sure if that's the weight capacity, but anyways, you could though. It's a lot of room. It's big. Oh, what's really nice about having an RV versus a travel trailer, obviously when you're driving, it's all open to the back. So if you park, you just want to jump in the back real quick, you can grab something. Or if somebody's back here, they can grab you a drink or make you a sandwich. You know, like I said, it's real bumpy. But it's nice to be able to park, jump and squeeze, slip through the back and do what you gotta do, use the bathroom or whatever. And not have to worry about getting out of your vehicle, going to a travel trailer, going to the gas station or something. It's all right here. And I think if you want a boondock, be more sneaky about it. You just like park real quick, then just slip in the back. The area might be shady or something, you don't know, maybe you don't want to get out of the car. You just want to slip in the back because you're shy or something. And then you have that access, which I really, really like. I love the generator. Like I said, I think I mentioned that before. That is probably my favorite thing over anything. It's the fact that this has a generator. In the RV that we had before, did not. The travel trailer we had didn't have a generator. And it's just so great when you're stopped like this, like I'm parked, I'm just chilling, it's AC on, so I got power, I got lights, I can plug in something, I can do whatever I want. I can live off the grid as long as you have enough fuel. So the generator was a big plus. Alrighty, well that's my pros and cons to the vehicle. All in all, I like it. We were actually considering buying an RV. It was kind of like a test drive for us, a vacation, and also an opportunity to test drive the RV and see if we actually liked it. Now, we really, especially me, I think me more than anybody else, really enjoyed the RV experience. Now, that being said, I'm not sure if this is the RV for me though. There's some things I would have changed. Like I would want to find an RV myself that didn't have the bed in the corner like that. It's hard to put the sheet on. I guess if you owned it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I would have preferred a better design in the bathroom, especially the toilet. It's really awkward. So ideally, I would like the idea of having an RV. I'm not completely opposed to this one here. If I got a really good deal, it might be easier if you owned it. And I think you probably get used to it. I figured ways to use the bathroom. And the shower was okay, but ideally it would be nicer if it was bigger. So I would keep an eye out for something maybe a little more, I don't know, better design. But at the same time, it's an open feel. It's like give and take. It's a give and take. So all in all, I don't know. This one was really loose. But I'm not sure if all RVs are that way. So I want to find another RV and see. But they're all based on the Ford chassis. So I'm assuming they're all that way. So maybe this one needs to be tightened up somehow, maybe aligned somehow. I don't know. Maybe there could be some improvement on that. Maybe with less miles on it, refurbished. But I would definitely have to test drive one before I bought one. This one here was really loose. I wouldn't have bought this one particular. Maybe another one that was maybe a newer model or just in better condition. Maybe. But overall, I liked it. I liked it, okay? I did. Alright, well that's my opinion on the Cruise America RV. Thanks for watching. Balls and cake. I'll watch the rest of this video. Make sure you like, subscribe. I'll be chilling right here. Oh, I got water. That's the way to go.